Welcome to a class of their own podcast, College Edition 2022. I'm Diddy Noseball, joined with Fuddy Delight, and today we're going to be talking about Virginia versus Michigan recap, Duke versus Purdue, top 25 talk, freshman update, and what it means to be college good. Now let's get into it. Virginia versus Michigan. What's your first impressions on that game?
Man, J- Jet Howard came out with a burner.
Bro,
He came out with a burner. Like him and Dickinson, like just the whole game. I kind of knew it was gonna be the way it went because sometimes when the team not when the ranked team playing like Michigan not ranked right now, but they got a solid team. Like they
yeah,
can Michigan play against play with anybody. They kind of got a matchup where like they can really match up with whoever and be lethal. You know what I'm saying? So when I
yeah,
seen they was playing Virginia, I was really more tapped in to try to see what I liked about Virginia first because I had already seen enough Michigan games and I seen a couple of Virginia games, but the matchup with Michigan was just felt different for me.
yeah.
And my first impression was like I just like the way they fight. They
hmm
be the main thing in college. The teams gotta have fight. If you ain't got no fight, you're not going far. And like they was getting smacked at first. Like they couldn't figure nothing out. Like Jet was on fire. Dickinson was on fire. They was moving the ball, leaving people open. Like Virginia, one of the best defensive teams in the country.
Yeah.
And Michigan showed like, man, they came out hot. And I think it kind of like that's where good coaching and a good team come. Like their second half always be key, and when the second half came, they doubled down.
Yeah.
Um, it was a good game though. Like they just doubled down and they went crazy when it was time to.
See, I had in the first half, I noticed Michigan had the size advantage and they were hitting
Mm-hmm.
shots.
Yes.
I heard at the top of the broadcast they were saying like Michigan they was shooting like 31% from three throughout the like
Yep.
of the season, but the
Mm-hmm.
first half they shot 61%.
61%. Yep.
Hunter Dickinson, he was doing his thing. He was finding the open shoulders and he was killing in the post. His midi was falling. Jet
Mm-hmm.
was in his one-on-one bag. He was hitting open shots. And the only thing on Virginia that stood out to me in that first half was what was his name? Reese Beekman.
Beekman. Yeah, Beekman.
And did he get
I
hurt
fuck
in the
with
first
Beekman.
half or was that the second half?
Beekman got hurt. I think that was the second half, like the beginning of the second half. I think.
Okay.
It was probably like 11 minutes or
Yeah.
so when he had hurt his ankle. Yeah,
But and shout out to Llewellyn because he was doing his thing in the
yeah,
first half too.
yeah.
And
Man, they every I think that was a full fledged team. Both like even I think everybody had something like both teams had somebody that kind of contributed. Like
yeah,
not with like there wasn't the main stars. Like I knew Beekman was gonna show up. I knew Jet was gonna show up. Dickinson too. But I was just happy to see that everybody else around. It wasn't like no just stars showing out. It was like a full fledged team. Like it
yeah.
was people who was doing clutch stuff who really don't show up a lot.
Experience
You know what I'm
QPC
saying?
knows
So
you should never let the
that's
catch
was that was I think that was the biggest thing for me to see.
go
It
to
was a
waste.
full fledged team effort. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Um,
So you know.
I feel like you said, especially on Virginia side, it was very balanced because I'm looking at the box score now. They had three, four, five people in
Five.
double figures.
Yep.
Yeah,
Five and double digits.
Michigan
Mm-hmm.
only had three, so it's like so it was a well balanced approach. And I think when Shedrick was out, the big for Virginia, he was out in the
Mm-hmm.
first half, so
Yeah.
Dixon have to do what he want, and he
Yeah.
second
Mm-hmm.
half came
And
around.
then
Yeah.
that foul that they called, with Dickinson bowled him in the mouth and they called it on Shedrick. Like I thought that was I ain't gonna cap. When I saw that happen, I thought it was over for Virginia just cause Shedrick like he not as big as Dickinson, but he long. So
Yeah,
like even if he wasn't like stopping him, he'll make it difficult when it's time. Like, cause like sometimes Dickinson try to go up and just try to lay it up over the top. He couldn't if Shedrick was right there because his arms are so long, and he'd have to use his body. Then they'll come with a smart double team or guard to knock it out. But when he went out, I'm like, oh man, so what they gonna do now? But they just kind of locked in on defense. Like they were like, look, if we won't be able to stop him on here, we're gonna have to just lock in on defense. And Beekman had two clutch steals that just kind of like solidified their game.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how you supposed to play. So that kind of showed like, oh, Virginia ain't no fluke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we always know some of these teams, or we see some of these teams like, they straight, but like the teams that they played already, Baylor, Illinois, like the team that they beat, Michigan up there with them teams too. Just
Exactly.
because Michigan not ranked, that don't
Exactly.
people don't be do not let that not ranked stuff fool you. Michigan is a top team in college.
Good
Them
team.
dudes a top team. They got a good team. Like they roster period. Not even just a couple dudes they got. They got a solid, well put together team.
Can I ask you
So
about Michigan? What do you think their best five is? Their best lineup? Because I got an idea of who I think is their best lineup, but they don't. I
how
don't.
much did Baker play?
It don't seem like he didn't play enough.
I would say I ain't seen him enough out there.
Uh,
Baker is
he
a
played
scrap.
11 minutes.
Baker got a sniper.
He played 11 minutes, one for one.
Baker got a Baker got a sniper, man. You got to put the snipers out there with the other sniper.
Cause
With
see, this
Dickinson.
this the lineup that stood out to me for Michigan. They played it for just a little while. It was Llewellyn at the point guard, Jet
Mm-hmm.
Howard at Baker at the two guard, Jet Howard at the three, the other Howard, Jace Howard at the four, and
Jace
Dickinson at
Howard,
the
yeah.
five. That was my favorite lineup I seen from Michigan because it was like
Yeah.
you had a defender with Jace. Llewellyn can defend and he decent on offense. We know what Jet can do. Baker
Mm-hmm.
can space the floor. Dickinson, we know what he's on. I felt like that was
Mm-hmm.
their best five. And it was just like when they was on the court, that's when they looked the best to me. Because I was
Yeah.
like, yeah,
They were hot.
they was hot.
That's a hot lineup. Like you got two shooters, a defender, and a solid PG counting with also talking about Dickinson and Jet that you really don't even got to really talk about them. We already know what they bringing. Jet, I think if I'm not mistaken, Jet I think he's shooting 54% or probably more from the 3-point line. That's a for sure 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
That's for sure 3-point shooting. Jet, how many threes he shot? I think he probably missed like one or two
He was three
threes
for seven.
yesterday.
He was three for
Think he
seven.
was 3 for 7? Didn't
Mhm.
feel like it. It didn't even feel like it. So it felt more like three for
That's
six
about
to
40.
me.
That's about 40%.
Yeah, it's about 40%, but I thought it was more three for six. Or, you know what I'm saying?
He
That's
went
close.
six
You know what
for
I'm saying?
11 in total. He had 15 points.
Well, it felt like I guess just the way I guess he was just hitting big threes, so it made it seem like it was
His shots
But
was
that's not
NBA
bad.
shots. Everything he hit, it was like, oh, them NBA shots.
Yeah, like he man, Jet is a big dude, fool,
Yeah.
and his jumper is fluid. Like Beekman is a one of the top guard defenders in college right now. He'll cut Jet off, but Jet is so tall. Like Jet was shooting over him. Like man,
Yeah.
watch out, hitting
When
it
he
over
came out
him,
with
and
that
it was a
move and
perfect
he
shot.
on the little floater, I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah. Like
oh,
when he hit the spin on Beekman and Beekman fell, like
yeah.
come on, man, like that's shot creation. Like he wasn't stuck with the ball, like oh I don't know what to do. Look, let me hit him with this move. The move worked. He fell and had an open shot. Like Jet just he probably got the most complete game. Like he don't force too much, and that's what I like about him. He don't force. He can go in the league right now and do that. He can
Yeah.
go in the league right now and do that. But I think he'll kill even more because the space, that
Yeah.
NBA space be different. And if he creating the space he creating in college, man, it don't
So
take that long in the league. It don't
let,
take that long.
let's switch over to we'll go to Virginia after this question.
Yeah.
So Michigan in the Big Ten, like out of what you've seen so far, because like how many games they're in? They're like eight
Yeah,
games.
probably
Like
like
where
eight
would
to
you rank
ten at the most.
Michigan in the Big Ten like right now? Who would be your top three teams in the Big Ten?
Top three. I know them in Indiana for sure. Um I watched them the most. Who else from Big Ten did I watch?
Um,
Wisconsin, right? Is
yeah,
Wisconsin Big Ten?
Purdue. Well, right now
Purdue.
this is what
Oh yeah, Purdue. So
what the standings
Purdue.
are. Maryland 1, Indiana 2,
I ain't watching no
Purdue,
Maryland.
Iowa, Illinois,
Oh
and
yeah, Illinois is in that. Damn. I watched the. Okay, I just tapped into more Purdue, but for like if for
Michigan.
far as my ranking, like far as team,
Yeah,
bro, you know this don't need to go on the charger, dude. You doing too much. This don't need, bro. This don't need to go on the charger, bro. This shit like on 100. Well, okay. I guess it's interrupting, but it's okay, bro. It don't need the charger, fam. For real. Oh, chill out, bro. Well, Indiana is I still think is a top team. Michigan. Uh, E for Purdue is a force, but far as they team as like a whole,
yeah.
I wouldn't say they a top team. I just think they got a dominant force, and it's just well rounded with them right now. But I wouldn't say they're a top. Like they not a top team for me. And
Yeah, for
I haven't
sure.
seen.
Yeah. And you got
I
Indiana.
probably have to Indiana. So I got Indiana, Michigan because I done seen both of them for sure. And I seen Illinois too, but um, I say Illinois. I say Illinois. I feel like they some of the games I watched of them it could have been better, but
Mhm.
they played good teams. So I can't be. It ain't like they just was laying it down to some sorry teams. They done played some comp and they done show what they can do. So I'll say Illinois. I'll say they're my top three teams in Big Ten right now. I'll
Now
say that.
let's discuss Virginia
Oh,
for a
stop
second.
it.
So Virginia's in the ACC.
Yeah,
I like Virginia. Now they don't beat Michigan. They don't beat who else they beat? They beat Baylor,
Baylor, Illinois. They beat
Illinois.
Illinois. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so do you have them at the top of the ACC?
They gotta be. That's like this. They gotta be.
Right
And
now,
thinking about the people they done beat already, and where they rank now. Like to everybody else, it was kind of fluky at first. Well, not fluky. It was just like a surprise.
yeah,
But they proven like when like everybody the big thing in college. Like, bro, who they play. They playing the best of the best, and they beating them, and it's good games. So
yeah,
it show they can fight. It ain't like no crazy blowouts. Like they winning good games against good defensive teams or where the matchup is not even in their favor and they winning. They who else like in the ACC that's showing that?
yeah. I'm finna look
So
at
so that's why I gotta say I'm gonna have to put them up there.
because Virginia is number one right now, which is kind of consensus. NC State
Mm.
is actually number two. Wake Forest three, Virginia Tech four, Miami five. So Duke and Carolina are 8 and 9 right now in the standings. Are you worried about those two teams?
Uh, I'm worried. I'm worried about Duke just because I feel like all right. Let me give you props. You the only person I heard talk about Philip Kowski being a factor, like saying he was gonna be a factor before he became a factor for Duke. Like
Yeah,
right now, Philip Kowski is showing that he the person they're gonna have to lead with because you got everybody else is kind of just still trying to figure it out. And Philip Kowski has been like I think since game probably like 3 or 4, he kind of been like showing up a lot, like
no,
showing the dog, like being a little clutch. Like he's just been showing a lot. So with Duke, it's just like I'm scared for them because I don't like everybody else around him, kind of not playing up to how I thought they was gonna play.
perfect segue. Duke versus Purdue. What stood out for
Mm,
you?
man, boy, like see even still like I think, bro, Edie is different. That's
Man,
gonna be he's a force, bro. Like I like Duke, but how is you gonna be able to guard that? It's
Yeah,
just like I don't think they got nobody who can stop Edie. So that's gonna be hard. But around besides Edie, like Duke got a team that can keep up with the other players they got. But
yeah.
if they own, they not. I ain't seen where Duke was really just on. I haven't seen it yet. Where Duke was just on.
My thing with Duke is right now, you gotta understand they're playing a lot of freshmen, a lot. Mark
Mm-hmm.
Mitchell, a freshman, Tyrese
Yep.
Proctor, a freshman, Whitehead, a freshman. He just getting back off injury.
Yeah.
Lively, a freshman, Filipowski's a freshman. They play major minutes against
Major minutes.
bro. We've been seeing Zach Edey for like 3 years now at this point.
Man.
It's just like Mason Gillis. So it's like, bro, this he gotta be around our age. So it's like
Yeah.
the thing with it is experience. Tyrese Proctor, he kind of flashed to me yesterday,
Yeah.
and it was just like his shot creation, and it seems like he doesn't miss a lot. It's like
Yeah.
it seems like he has just such a soft touch to where it's like every time he shoots, you think it's gonna go in. So it's
Yeah,
like,
Tyrese played well in his. He played well composed. He ain't one of them dudes who kind of too high, too low. He know what he do, and he know not to go over that or
yeah,
step them boundaries. That's what I like about him.
7 for 13, 16 points. He did go oh, Duke shot 10% from three, 2 of 19.
See what I'm saying? That's what scares me about them, bro. If you're, bro, in college, man, one of the worst. Like I feel like if your team shooting bad, that's an L automatically. You can't win no college game if your whole team shooting bad. Your whole team 10% from three. How you gonna win a game like that? And
Filipowski
you
was the only one on the team to make a three, period. He made 2 of 4.
see that's why and then another thing I feel like I gotta give Duke like they got a whole figure it out process. They whole lineup. They coach ain't too much figured out, even though he knew he not new. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he know the system. So it's just like they just gotta figure it out far as like each other, like they players. They gotta figure it out. And some the people who we thought was gonna be, you know, dominant they gotta get their shit, you know what I'm saying? They stuff together basically. You can't be come on, man. Like this ACC and y'all do. That's enough said. I ain't gotta say too much.
One thing I will say about Duke is they have time to get it together, and I feel
Oh
like they
yeah,
play
they do.
hard enough. And
Yeah.
I feel like they have the best offensive and defensive versatility in terms of team inside the
Mm-hmm.
ACC. They can go big, they can go small. They got big guards, they got small guards, they got big wings, they got just pure shooter wings. They got their bigs are versatile. It's
Yeah.
like you like the roster, but you just hope the production catches up to the roster. That's really my
Facts.
thing with Duke. And on Purdue side, I ain't gonna lie.
If
I
you
thought
thought one
I thought
napkin for the
Purdue
quarterback.
was going to be trash this year until you have to realize that this is college basketball. Players get better and they get better fast. Dude would come in like his sophomore year, be hitting 12 points a game. By the time his junior come, he had 18 and 8. You like, God, man,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta understand it's the progression of somebody's game. And I feel like Zach Edey has became a person to where it's like, oh yeah, we knew he was good. We knew he was gonna
Yeah.
be good. Now he's good. He's going to be in the talks for player of the year. You know what I'm saying? He's
Mm-hmm.
definitely gonna be. I think he's a surefire all Big Ten for sure. And it's just like
Oh, facts.
but when you 7'4" and beefy, and he moved better than Dickinson and seven
He
four.
do. He do. He moved better than a lot of bigs in college that's done won player of the year or who just been candidates for player of the year. He moved better than He moved better than a lot of bigs in his position. Like at first last year he wasn't moving that way. He
Yeah,
wasn't. Last year he probably like toned up a little bit instead of like just having like fat. He probably toned up and like you could tell he put work in. I'm gonna say that because
yeah.
from last year he was kind of slow. He just had like the little move and then just go up. You know what I'm saying? Now you can tell he getting a little finesse. He really been. You can tell bro been in the gym. You can tell who actually put work in during a little off season because Edie's showing he not like at first he just like bro, I'm 7'4". Of course I can get this up there. But
Yeah.
now it's like he's showing skill with it, and
Mm.
that's when you become scary.
It seemed like the only thing keeping him from being Yao Ming is the little midi. If
Yeah,
he added like a little midi,
yeah. Just
but
give him a
that's
little touch. He just need a little touch, just like it. Because Timmy got touched, Dickerson got touched, even She Boy got touched around that little part. So all he got to do is just get his. If it's just a little float or just a little baby mid range, you can't, bro. You can't be. You ain't gonna be able to stop 7'4" big with a mid range.
and I feel like he has the perfect team around him. Let me see what they shot from three because it felt like, hey, okay, go ahead, double. Well, they shot pretty much 40% from three. That's good. Gillis
Yeah, that's
hit
good.
2. Lawyer was 4 for 8. It's like
Hey,
they put really good shooters around.
but they I often say that's the same shooters that was around when Ivy was there. So they don't like they always had the sneaky good players around them because when E and Ivy was together, it led through Ivy and him. But they always had them little shooters around who can get hot out of nowhere. We be like, hey, like even though we knew we was gonna see Ivy and Edie go off, it was always somebody who just come off the bench. I can't think of bro name. But you know who I'm talking about. He was kind of, you might as well say he was a third scorer, the white boy. I think his number was like 55 or something. Bro, he like every
Oh,
time like
Stefanovic.
what's his name?
Stefanovic.
He's still over there, right?
Nah,
Or nah? Stefanovic
I think he was a
Stefanovic
senior
over there?
last year.
Damn.
They lost those two black guards and Stefanovic and Travion Williams. That's why I thought they were gonna be trash this year. I thought they were
Oh
gonna be
yeah,
trash.
they. How did I forget about Travion Williams? I forgot. Yeah, they did lose. Damn. Now I see. Yeah, now it makes it. Yeah, they wasn't supposed to. They not supposed to be like this. But
In that
in
dominant.
college, yeah, in college, like you said, when you have a dominant big, it's different. Like you can make it far with just a couple, like some guards, a couple pieces around them, and a dominant big. You'll make it further than you think. You
Yes.
make it in college is different. Like if you got you one dominant big, now to have that and some guards and shit is cool. Like that's cool too. But when you just got a dominant big, oh you can win. You can be dominant. You can win some games for sure.
Let's play start bench cut. Big man edition.
Mm.
Zach Edey, Drew Timmy, Hunter Dickinson. Start bench cut.
Uh, damn. I know Dickerson cut for sure. Timmy can do all that and better. I'm gonna have to go. Shit. I'm trying to see what I want. If I had a team, what would I want first? I'm gonna say Edie because just he a body, just because
Start
he a
Edey.
body, and then I'm gonna start Edie and then Timmy off the bench.
Okay.
I'm
So
gonna I'm gonna just because he a body, like he intimidating even if he not being like even if he ain't doing shit, just because he's 7'4", big as hell out there, people be like, oh my god. And Timmy is just he got the skill. He fluid with decision making or just with the way he is in the post. So I just had him come off the bench.
okay. Mine's the same, so no need to talk about mine.
Yeah.
Uh so Zach Edey, we see what Purdue doing. How
Mm-hmm.
far do you think they can go in the Big Ten?
Uh, how far do I think they can go in the Big Ten? Shit. I think they can go. I think they can be like a top team. When the tournament come around, I think
Mm,
they can be like top one of the top teams. I wouldn't be surprised if they'll make it to like a semifinal game
yeah,
or a final Big Ten game. It wouldn't surprise me just because they're having that dominant force. So I'll say they like top. I think they can end like top three in they in they play like especially when the tournament come around.
yeah,
I think they could be up there just because, bro, you got a dominant big. A lot of teams don't have a dominant big this year. It's a lot of teams that don't got a dominant big, and you having one that big is like you're winning by default because who gonna stop him? Timmy can't stop Edie.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So many people who can't stop how big he is. Like, bro, I can be like, oh, I don't see him being that good because their team don't look the best. But when you have a big like Edie that's that dominant, it's gonna be hard for a lot of teams to beat you. You for sure getting 20 and 10 out of him.
yeah.
So I think they can be top three, top 4 team.
Okay, moving on. Now the top 25 talk.
Yes, sir.
So let me pull it up.
This probably been the most. I wouldn't say the most craziest top 25. It's just been like kind of surprising how some of these top teams falling and some dropping, some going up and dropping again. So it's probably been the most the weirdest. I'm gonna say the weirdest top 25. Because in college basketball, it usually go like that though.
yeah, we're gonna go by groups of five. So it's gonna be
Okay.
uh one is Houston,
Hmm.
two is Texas, three
Okay.
is Virginia, four is Arizona, five is Purdue. What sticks out to you in that group of five? Houston, Texas,
Uh,
Virginia, Arizona, Purdue.
man, that's probably like that's a I would call that an underrated four or
Mm.
five or underrated five because that's well Houston we kind of expected that. Now our team Texas, we knew we was gonna be good, but
Yeah.
two that's but we saw that though, and we knew we knew with the pieces that they brought, we knew it was gonna change. But as far as us being two, that's different. That's
Uh,
different. So you
I
know,
don't know about Texas at two, to be honest. But if we beat Creighton, that would literally tell me, oh, okay, yeah, we should be two.
yeah.
Really, kind of why we're shooting this pod a little early because I kind of want to really watch that game because
And
I'm interested.
that's my bad. Not trying to cut you off.
Good.
That I think where Texas is so good is the guard play. Guard play. Two things in college that's for sure, like that we don't see for sure through all the years of college basketball. Either dominate bigs or guard play. Texas defense and their guard play is the reason they're two. Is there? That's the reason they two. Like they, man, people gotta understand. They didn't just beat Gonzaga. They smacked them.
They smacked them.
They smacked them. Like
We thought
I
Gonzaga was
bro,
trash the way they beat them. They actually,
I swear. Look, we didn't think Texas was gonna lay it down, but we didn't think they were gonna smack them either. And
mm,
that just goes to show a lot. So I see, like, I think I just think when like the way that like at the time they beat Gonzaga, Gonzaga was what they was a top team. So when they beat them,
it was
it
like
just
top
kind of
three.
pushed. Yeah, so it kind of pushed them up. So the position and be weird. Like if you beat the top team, you for sure gonna be in top five regardless, just because who you beat.
Yeah,
So the position, like you said, you don't think them as two because you're thinking of it like a just like how all the other teams is in the overall, but it's just their position. They beat Gonzaga at the right time, and then they just Texas has been showing like that they're a good team really. So I ain't too mad at where they at. It's just I actually seen them. I seen what they can do, and Texas really underrated, scary for real with them guards. They could, bro. With hey, they looking scary. I ain't gonna lie.
my only problem with Texas is like who's gonna consistently be that go to scorer, like
Mm-hmm.
consistently be like, hey, when it's time, because the Creighton game might come down to the wire. In
Mm-hmm.
your opinion, who would you trust to be our closer? Because I am a Texas fan like you, but I'm trying to be
Mm-hmm.
unbiased. So, but who would you think our closer would be? Because that's like one of my only concerns. Like we don't have a go-to guy slash closer. Like when shit does get close against another good team.
Uh, what is? I be forgetting people's names, bro. Forgive me. I do not smoke either. Uh, our point guard,
Tyrese Hunter.
Hunter. That's the name I'm looking for. Hunter. Of course, Hunter. Hunter is a way better 3-point shooter than he was last year. I think Hunter just got dog in him. Hunter been had the dog in him since last year, but I think he just got even more dog now. And I think him and we give Carl a lot of flack, but Carl do be showing up. I
Yeah,
can't say him and Hunter together. They kind of give 16 apiece.
yeah.
They give 16 apiece. So but if it was anybody that I trust Hunter just
Okay,
because I know exactly what he gonna give. So
okay.
I say Hunter. Tyrese Hunter. I give it to Hunter.
So in a matchup between Houston and Texas, What would you see that
Ooh,
looking like?
man, that's probably like that'll be the perfect small ball game. That'll be the perfect small ball game, man.
I ain't gonna
Bro,
stand.
that'll
I
be
don't
a
think
good,
you're gonna play small ball with Houston. I feel like you would
bro.
want to go big against them.
But I think because I think Mitchell cover up a lot of ground defensively.
Yeah,
Like I think like cause bro he kind of like his size, big and athletic. Like they kind of it's good at kind of where he like 4 and 5 a little bit. It depends on who you playing. And
yeah,
I think he'll be able to just out athletic some of them. But Jarris Walker be he kind of different. His body different. So
yeah.
bro, that'll be a bro. That man, I would actually go to see that. That'll be
So,
because they got they team set up kind of the same
yep,
with
exactly.
guards and in the small bigs, but not literal small bigs, but just small ball bigs. I'm gonna say that.
So,
But
who do you think the
man,
worst team out this top five? Remember, it's Houston,
Purdue.
it's Virginia, Arizona, Purdue.
I think
Purdue.
Purdue is as far as team. Yeah, Purdue is
Do you think
as far as
Arizona would
team.
have enough size to match up with Zach Edey since they are right there 4 or 5? You think Arizona is better than Purdue?
I think I think they got better pieces around they bigs, like that we know of, like that we know what they can do. A lot of Purdue players is like sometimes they here, sometimes they not.
Yeah,
Arizona got some players who literally show up. Like we know them. Like we know they line up. You get what I mean?
yeah,
So and then they big is dominant. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So even if he like, I think he can go back and forth with Edie. I think they big can go back and forth with him. So I just think Arizona I just know them more. I'm gonna say that I know they team more than even though I know who Purdue got is just I trust Arizona over them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I just trust they help. I'm gonna say that.
And we already talked Virginia, so we're not gonna talk about them again.
Yeah, we ain't gotta talk about that. Yeah.
Starting at six through I'm gonna just go 6 through 10. Baylor, Creighton, UConn, Kansas, Indiana. What sticks out there? Who you think the best team, the worst team, and which team do you think doesn't belong?
I still think Creighton is under like
Yeah,
they showing they sleeping on them. They really showing they sleep on them.
I feel
They
like Creighton is better than Arizona. Not
yeah.
Arizona, better than Purdue and
I
Virginia.
still hey, I know they lost to Arizona, but I still think they better than Arizona.
I
Then
kind of
they lost to Arizona, right?
they
That
lost
was
to
them.
Arizona.
Yeah. I still think they better than them. They just I think like sometimes some teams just on their stuff at the right time. You remember last year when we used to watch Purdue, Wisconsin with Johnny Davis over there,
Yeah,
and they matchups used to be so crazy, but like at the time we used to still say Purdue is a better team. You know what I'm saying? Because they was a better team, and I still feel the same way. Creighton is a better team than Arizona, but they beat them. So some people are like, how can you say that they won? But if you look at Creighton team and Arizona team, Creighton team together is different. Like
yeah,
I ain't never I still they still bro, I still think they top three got the best team, like best put together team. It ain't no teams that look better than Creighton. It's not
yeah,
no teams that can match up with them really like that. And the fact it's just they just just the way they lost like people gonna see that loss finna change they whole everything. Like they needed that because
yeah.
they was looking unstoppable. They really was looking unstoppable. So I still think out of that 5 or 4, however many, I think five. I still think Creighton the best team.
Out of
UConn is the one that you warned me about. That
that,
I heard nobody else talking about. No UConn nothing. You
yeah,
told me like, hey, UConn they gonna be scary good. I'm trying to tell you, like you was letting me know before the season happened that UConn was gonna show up. So that's not a surprise.
yeah,
Baylor, man, I think I'm gonna have to. I'm finna have to get on Baylor, but Marquette smacked them last night. I'm
yeah,
talking about Marquette smacked them last night. Baylor been ranked high this whole year, and that's another team I don't trust.
yeah,
That's another team I don't trust. Like I like they players. I know all they players, but it's something I think they lack of big. like they having a good big or all right, at least an all right big or all right wings and forwards. You was the only person I know who kind of on that. You remember when we was going looking at the teams before the season started? We was like, you was like, man, who is Baylor wings? Like, who is they forwards? Like, you like, man, I'm scared of that. You was like, I like they guards, but man, they ain't really got no bigs or no, you know what I'm saying, to match up. And it shows. It
Yeah,
shows. Like they rank that high, but I wouldn't be surprised if they drop a little lower because man, they can't. It's a lot of teams they ain't gonna be able to beat. There's a
he,
lot of teams they ain't gonna be able to beat. And Marquette smacked them, fool, just off just good guard play, and they got good guards, and they small. So it's like, and and Baylor a good defensive team. Like sometimes their size don't mean nothing because they know how to play well defensively, but they breaking down somewhere.
yeah.
They breaking down somewhere, bro.
I feel like you said, it's like when I see glaring holes before a game even starts, it's kind of like I note that. I'm like, damn, I don't know none of they forwards. It's like they centers
Mm-hmm.
is still out, so they're starting a backup big to play starter minutes, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
I was like, no, I'm not feeling that. It's gonna be good. Your
That
best
never
players
works.
can't be small guards. That's just not how basketball works, especially not in college. You got 7'4" Zach Edey and come on now, Hunter Dickinson 7'1", Lively and Filipowski. When you're just it's too much big. It's too many bigs for you not to have one that's competent. So,
Facts.
how do you feel about Kansas and Indiana?
Man. I like Kansas team. I think they big situation is kind of similar too. And they key pieces, uh like Wilson, I feel like I like Wilson, but I feel like he kind of be they gift and they curse. Sometimes he here, and sometimes he do too much to get there,
Yeah.
and I feel like that's gonna kill him. I feel like that's gonna kill him. Like I feel like he can't do that this whole year. Well, like I feel like he do that this whole regular season. By the tournament, they're gonna be the first ones out because he gotta do too much. I feel like that's when Dick need to come in and be he need to show that he can kind of take that load from Wilson a little bit because Wilson try to like, bro. If you go through and look at Wilson shooting numbers, he be like 10 for like 20 every game, and like that just goes to show he really don't need to be taking that many doggone shots. He don't need to be taking that many shots. If he out of 26 shots, you only can make 10. That means you need to drop that number to like 16 shots. Like he be
Yes.
going too crazy. Like he be we seen it. We done seen it. We done seen him doing a little too much. We was like, man, Wilson gotta chill out. Like he kind of sell him, he kind of get their games up because he kind of start forcing it a little bit. So that's my neck with them. In Indiana, sometimes they guards don't show up offensively, and I think that'd be their problem. They guards gotta become something. I feel
Yeah.
like they need to become like they gotta be able to put more points up. I think Hood Shafino chill too much. I feel like
Yeah.
he gotta be able to tap into his bag. I feel
Who they
like
play?
that's my only thing. Who do
They
they
play. I
it
think
ain't no
I think Duke. No, it
they
might be
play
no.
Duke. I think it's North Carolina, ain't it?
It could. Let me see.
Yeah, check and see. I think it's North. If it's not North Carolina, I forgot who it is. I think it's North
Yeah, it's
Carolina.
North Carolina. It's North Carolina. You're
Yeah.
right.
So see, so this game, I think we'll really get to see like that. Bro, they guards gonna have to step up. They're gonna
Yeah,
have to. They're gonna have to. You ain't got no choice now.
I think RJ Davis and Caleb
Mm-hmm.
Love took like 60 shots the other day
Yeah,
combined.
I knew
60
that.
shots.
Yeah, I
That's
knew
crazy.
that.
But
And
yeah,
well, yeah. What do you gonna say?
I was gonna
Yeah, let's
move
go.
out.
Let's move on. Yeah, nah, just move on. Go ahead. We can talk. We can talk about that. We can
Now
talk about that after this.
11 through 15, we got Alabama, Arkansas, Tennessee, Gonzaga, and Auburn. What sticks out to you there? Who's the best? Who's the worst? Who shouldn't be there?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. That's probably the best.
That's a nice group.
That's a best low five
Yeah,
where they position it. Cause we done seen all them play, and they all fighters. They all they teams fighters. I ain't really watched too much of Auburn as I watched the other teams, but I know that I think how they ranked is how it's supposed to be. I ain't
Yeah,
got no. I don't disagree. I don't
me
disagree with none of that.
We need so we can move on.
Yeah.
16 through 20. We got Illinois, Duke, North Carolina, Kentucky, Michigan State. Now this is an interesting one right
Man, that group was supposed to be at the beginning. That
here.
group was supposed to be the top for the like the first or the second top five. It's crazy that Kentucky is where they at. Like it's wild. Like to hear them names. Like if you was to put them names in a bowl and tell somebody to pick and be like, where do you think these teams rank? Oh,
Yeah,
they top five. That's what you would think. But that's not this year. It's not like that.
and it's
And we know how much talent they got on all these teams. We know that, and it's crazy. It just goes to show you how crazy this year been. Look how
especially it's
far
Duke,
they
North Carolina, and Kentucky. These are they
come
all
come
right
on,
next to
man.
each other with two losses. And it's just like those just are the three biggest schools in
But
college basketball.
man, Kentucky, Duke, and North Carolina.
Mhm.
Come on, man. We don't even got to talk about nothing else.
Who you
We
most scared
far.
for?
Who am I
Like
most scared for? You know, Duke, Duke.
you more scared for Duke than North Carolina?
Yeah, I think North Carolina can put it together better when they need to, when they supposed
Oh,
to, cause
see,
you know they gotta you know they team like they got I say they got experience,
mhm.
so I say I give them the little edge just because they got the experience and Duke still trying to figure it out. That's why I feel like North Carolina players just gotta play better. I feel
Yeah,
like they got the shit figured out. They just gotta play better, shoot better. It's a lot of stuff they gotta do better.
I don't like my two guards shooting 60 times.
Yeah, I don't agree with
And they
that.
only made like 20.
I don't. Yeah, I don't agree with that boy shooting that many times. And when I was watching the game, what I was seeing that he was trying to do was just trying to get a bucket so bad. Bro, they was trying to win. That's 4 overtime. So I just see he was just trying to be, try to hurry up the score. But hey, when your shot not dropping, you got to find something else to do. And I don't think nobody else was gonna, be able to find something else to do because the way they team was just they just wasn't on. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's they downfall when they off.
Yeah. I I'm more scared for North Carolina just simply because where everybody had them. We knew Duke was young and we knew they was
Mm-hmm.
gonna have to take time. We knew Kentucky was kind of they was never they
Up
wasn't.
and
Yeah, we knew
yeah,
kind of
we knew they was gonna be
bad coach. North Carolina, I think it's literally the players. Like, and it starts with the bad guard play. I ain't gonna
yeah.
say bad guard play, but the score
Bad.
hunting
I would
guard.
say yeah, just bad shooting guard play. Like
Yeah,
them, like last year they was good. Like with they shooting, it's like now it's like it's getting to the point. Like man, hey, how many you throwing up today? Are you throwing up 30? Oh, I'm gonna throw up 32 then. Like it's like they're shooting bad. And then you got some like they lineup is like it's not a like hot like on paper it's not no bad shooting lineup, but the way they looking right now, they lineup can't shoot. You already got Leaky Black who's just a lockdown. You got Baycott, then you got Davis, and you got Love, and they shooting bad. So it's like it's no good shooting. It's no good shooting, bro. So I think that's their problem. But I feel like just like you said, you right about we knew Duke was young and everything, but it's just like I just feel like I don't know. Like they play like ain't nobody playing how they supposed to be, even they vets. So that's my problem with them. Like you remember we always saying like Rose gonna have to be big this year, and this person gonna have to do this, but ain't it's like Philip Kowski by himself. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It's like the one who's showing at least effort. Everybody else is just kind of like they not even taking like everybody else ain't even taking a lot of shots. You know what I'm
I,
saying? It's like they just not. I don't know.
I think Lively should have been better, bro. Like,
Yeah, we,
um,
we can we can both agree on that. Lively is not looking like how we thought was supposed to look. I can tell college. What I realized about Lively, his size is not as big as I thought it was with against these college bigs. He looked way smaller against these college bigs, and it's crazy because in high school he looked so big, but looking at who he like the college bigs he go up against. Lively got to man. Lively gonna have to teach. He gonna have to do a little more. What
Yeah,
he ain't even him. Like I ain't like that's probably the only freshman I really. And I thought he was hurt. I thought he was with the hurt dudes. Just
he
but he
was
just
hurt at
haven't been.
first,
Yeah,
but
he was hurt at first, but I'm saying like I thought he was just like not playing. Period. And then I was looking. I'm like, man, this man playing, and it's still not. It looked like it's getting to him. I'm gonna say that,
yeah.
and that's not good. If college whooping you like this, you're not ready for the next level.
Okay.
You're not ready.
How you feeling about Kentucky?
Man, I'm still trying to figure out what's not clicking. They another team. I feel like up there with Cranston, they got a perfect lineup. They got the perfect pieces to match with everybody else. But it's not falling together how it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Why is it not? Why they not clicking? You know what I'm saying? Like they got ones, twos, threes. So like they got some at every position. Like you can literally shake their lineup up and it'll still be a dominant lineup, and they not playing like it.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Like why they not clicking? That's my problem.
Mm,
And they got a reigning player of the year. You know what I'm saying? Like what's going on? They got good guards. Like, what is it? You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to figure out like what's going on with
I'm looking at Kentucky stats right now. Antonio Reeves at 15 points.
him.
Sheway, he's the leader in rebounds, of course. Severe Wheeler's the leader in assists.
Assists, of
Ace
course,
Wallace leader in steals.
of
So it's
course.
like they got multiple people. They got 3, 4, 5 people averaging over double figures in points. Uh, I really think when it comes to Kentucky, it just comes down to Calipari. I feel like he's not a great X's and O's coach.
Yeah.
Uh, you compare him to Bill Self. If you give Bill Self that roster, I feel
Oh
like,
yeah.
come on now, Bill Self over and over again. He got great plays out of timeouts. He knows exactly how to use his personnel. When it comes to Calipari, uh, I just think he's just not equipped to deal with the level of talent that's in NCAA right now when he doesn't have just clear cut better players than everybody else, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
I think it's more of a coaching problem with Kentucky than it is the roster because I really like the roster. I really like them. Who don't you like on Kentucky that gets major burn?
Nobody. I even like Wheeler. I feel like Wheeler is a perfect floor general, and he match up with everybody else over there. You got Wallace. You already know how we feel about him. I ain't got to talk about that. We know for sure he going to the league, and he just like real Drew Holiday ish. You know what I'm saying? You got Sheway. You can't hate Sheway. You got Livingston. You got bro. They got so many people over there. Like bro, it's no. They supposed to be them and Cranston supposed to be the top teams right now.
Yeah,
And but it's just been showing like it's a coaching thing. You're right. You clearly can see it now. Like I'm trying to figure out how they not clicking. And when players is not clicking, and but they're if you I wouldn't say they're not clicking because if you look at they stats, they're showing up. But why they not? What's the rest? Coaching. If you got all them good players and your team is not top five, coaching.
exactly.
That's
That's
coaching all the way.
okay. The last five, 20 through 25. Michigan State, UCLA, Maryland, Iowa State, San Diego State, and Ohio State. Does any of those?
Uh,
I don't care for none
yeah.
of them.
I
But
was finna say I think they just all them they play how they were they at. Yeah, some of them new, so some of them got to prove themselves. Iowa State beat a couple key teams, so
mm,
that's why they up there now. I haven't seen Maryland. I haven't seen no Maryland at all. UCLA, I do not like their team. I do not like their team.
the
I'm sorry.
Tiger Campbell, Hami Hawkeye shit is over with.
And
Uh,
the fact that they're still dominant over there, and everybody else is just like we just heard. Like I just UCLA, man, nah, I don't like it.
everybody has so much faith in them getting back and getting back. They keep these guys are coming back. These guys, it's over with.
I
Uh,
don't like it.
now since we done recap the top 25, it's time
Mm-hmm.
for the freshman update. Um, you can just kind of go through the list. I'm gonna bring up. You go through whoever you want to. I'm just go pull up the list and just give me your impressions of the freshman update.
Um, okay. So you want me to just,
Yeah, just talk about how you
oh, so
and
man, this probably,
keep in mind the rankings because Derek Lively was ranked one, Derek
yeah,
White
yeah,
ranked two,
this one I'm trying to see. So,
Mitchell was
uh,
four, Bailey was five.
man,
Start there.
uh, you say who's five?
Bailey, Amari Bailey.
Man, that's probably the most, that's probably the most, the craziest top five that you don't see right
Man,
now. All of them you do not see. All of them. All of them you don't see. Like that five is you like you from when we first was, talking about that five, we thought it was gonna look way different. Them not even the freshmen that's going crazy right now, and
yeah.
that's kind of bad. Like they kind of showed like kind of humble. They are humble right now, showing
Mhm.
like man, they are humble. They humble.
So which freshmen are you impressed with?
Anthony Black,
Of course,
uh, Jed.
yes.
Mint's been having a crazy year, but Mint still, you know what I'm saying? Mint's been having a crazy year, but Mint's
Shout
had a lot
out.
of good games. Mint's done had a lot of good games. Miller, Brandon Miller, man, I'm still impressed with Bradley. Even though I feel like his situation just ugly, they just not playing him enough. But I'm still impressed with him. Who else? Who else I like? Grady Digg. Man, bro, it's they got even though George, I'm still Keontae George, I'm still happy with him. Like I thought, like he just got to get his shooting together again. But for what he do for Duke, and his situation right now is crazy. Like he do a lot for that team as a freshman, man. So I
Yeah,
still give him his credit. And a lot of these other dudes ain't we ain't seen too much of Nick Smith. Nick Smith had limited minutes when he came back against I forgot what team it was, and he only had like two shots. He was like 0 for 2. He only had two shots. I think they kind of scared to give him full fledged minutes. So I ain't gonna comment on him until he played Whitmore out. So it's a lot of people that we haven't seen, but the main dudes I'm impressed with right now who kind of just you can't forget JJ Starling. He real underrated too.
yeah,
He
Notre
JJ been balling, man. It's just we don't watch Notre Dame. Nobody it's Notre Dame, so that's a team we don't care for.
Dame.
But JJ been going crazy. Yeah, that's I would say that's the most I can think of right now. That I think that the freshman that's been going crazy to me.
I think Malik Renault, he's been a
Oh yeah.
great uh,
Yeah.
player
Can't
for.
forget. See, yeah, you can't forget Renault, and you can't
I
forget Walker too.
yeah,
You can't forget Walker. My bad. It's just I was going off the top of my head, but yeah, you can't forget Walker and Renault.
also
Man, bro, bro, it be so many people, but that first like eight I named was just people who just kind of been showing like all
yeah,
year, like man, they've been going crazy. Walker didn't start out too good. So that's probably why like he's starting to get his foot. And I think last game he kind of was all right. And Renault is just I pay attention to Indiana, but I ain't watched too many games to see how Renault been doing, but I have seen like two games where he was solid. So I kind of like the rest of everybody else has just been like non-factor. So out of all of them, then the two you named and the eight I named, everybody else has been kind of like fucked up. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah.
So I just hope they all get it together, man, around the time they need to, because this is the next class that we this our favorite class, man. We love this class, and we see like some of these people showing us we was right, and a lot of these people showing us we was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Then he did because we already talked about Jet Howard, but is it because he was 44 at the ESPN 100. Has it been
44. Come
anybody
on, man.
else underrated that them popped out to you?
I
I'm
think
just
everybody else was right where they was supposed to be. But Jet is probably the only one I gotta bring up, bro. He was 44.
Yeah,
This
that's
man is playing his way into a top five right now.
yeah.
Jet, like when we were just talking about this yesterday when we was like, who we think will be gone. Jet might be gone before Walker. The way he playing,
Yeah.
Jet might be gone before Walker.
I
Cause
feel
just
I
cause he's
feel like
showing up.
Houston hasn't got the matchups yet. Like Jed has been on prime time a little bit more, and he's done did his thing. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
once Houston start getting some of them prime time games, we'll see what they really got. Like
Yeah,
Arsenal, 'cause I like Arsenal too
yeah,
for his role.
yeah.
Terrence Arsenal, I think he was like 70 something. I
See the
think
one. See, like you. Nah, you right. You hit it. Yeah, you right. Arsenal. Damn, that's crazy.
Arsenal.
Man,
I'm still trying to find him. I'm going down and down and down, and Arsenal 70 on the dot.
you hit that bitch around the head again, boy. You good. I give you props. You good.
Yeah.
I know I won't be able to hit it over the head like that, but it'd be close. But yeah, like you said, like man, Jet, bro, he was 44, bro. Ain't like, but me and you knew his skill. Like we knew he was better than 44.
Yeah.
44, bro. That's wild. That's crazy. This man playing his way to top five, man.
I think have you seen any upperclassmen you've been paying attention to that you think could work their way into the first round, or just you were just keeping an eye on them? Not really.
Uh, I finna say besides uh Smith, besides Trey Smith, everybody else been kind of I
He's
know
killing.
yeah, like man, I probably the only upperclassmen that I've seen that I just feel like was going crazy. Jelly Walker, I feel like he'll be somebody who will sneak just because how much he scored. But you know how little guards do in the league. But I feel like he can do what Brunson do in the league. I feel like, but he can do it like flashier. I'm gonna say that. Like he got a little more dog in him than he showed a little more dog than what Brunson showed. But I feel like he can do what Brunson do. So I wouldn't be surprised if he was to sneak in at first. I don't think he'll go as high because his size. Of course they're gonna knock you for your size. But I wouldn't be surprised if a team would go for somebody where they just need like somebody off the bench and can give points or just get buckets off the bench. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he can do that. Or
Yeah.
just but he can have a Jalen Brunson role. I can give him one. I can give him that.
And our
And
final.
I like his go ahead. I don't
Oh,
want
go
to.
ahead. No, finish what you're saying.
Now I was just gonna say I like his counterpart. Eric. You know what I'm saying? I like his counter his shooting guard. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
To sneak up just because he having a solid year. He's scoring better than he did for LSU.
yeah.
And he's scoring way better than he did for
That's
LSU.
crazy.
And I can
Bro.
just tell it's a fit thing sometimes. I guess.
Yeah.
And he doing his thing. Like I call him the college version of Trey Young and Dejounte Murray. They like the college
Oh,
version.
cool.
They like the college version of me. Like them two dudes, like you wouldn't normally put together, but when you put them together, they play styles very similar. So them two dudes, yeah, that's why they like the college Atlanta Hawks to me.
What happened to Imani Bates? You ain't been keeping up with him? He been doing something?
Man, E Money Bay still balling. He probably had like one game where he was chilling, but he still ball. He still giving 30s. If I'm
Uh,
not mistaken, I think his last game he had 30 again.
man, shout out Imani, man.
Man, we hey let's look. We gave E Money Bates a hard time as we should though, because
Trash.
E Money Bates wasn't showing up. But him going over here with Eastern Michigan and showing that he can be a leader and that
Mm,
he can score. I clap it up for him because that's what we wanted. I was just like, man, our biggest thing we kept saying, man, we hope he get it together, and
yeah.
he's getting that shit together. So I'm proud of him. I ain't gonna lie, I'm proud because man, it was going downhill. Man, he went to jail. Some more stuff. I'm like, man, we was both like,
Bro,
man,
did
bro,
go to jail. Bro, he didn't just leave
bro,
Memphis being ugly because he
bro.
was
He
trash. He went
changed.
to jail too.
The white he changed that shit like in 2 weeks of him being liked again. Like, bro, it was finna be over for him. I'm not gonna lie. He went to jail. I was
Mm,
like, bro, he had a horrible Memphis. over there with Memphis. Then he went to jail. Oh, it's over. Like it's not coming back. And he beat the case and came and started balling. So
Say, bro, went to jail, bro. But
he went to jail.
this the final topic, and I just wanted your thoughts on it. What does it mean to Fuddy to like? What does it mean to be college good? Like, what does that mean?
You can always be the best in college, anything, college situation, everything, no matter your size, no matter nothing. You just can be the best in college. Your play style is only good in college. Your heart and everything else is like can go to the NBA, but your skill is perfect for college. A lot of the perfect for college players, 9 times out of 10, is not perfect for the NBA.
Yeah,
They role in the NBA is way smaller just because it's a whole different. Like they always either lacking too much. When college good players are always lacking too much. So in another area. So that's my main summary of college good. When you hear somebody, oh, he's college good, 9 times out of 10, like he either big and got finesse, but he's slow as hell. He ain't got no athleticism. He ain't got, it's a lot. You losing a lot when you college good, but it's only good for college. Like that's the perfect thing. Some of these dudes be too short, 5'11", but they giving you 30 in college,
yeah,
and that's only good. They're not doing that in the NBA. What you gonna do? You got to go up against these defenders. But Drew Holiday, you 5'11", you got to go up against Drew Holiday. You're losing. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So that's what makes you only college good. You can do this in college. All the players you think, he can drop. He doing this in college, but at the next level he can't do it. So that means just college good. That's exactly what that means.
And
That's it.
so give me your top five just strictly college good players right now. Let's show the college
Man,
love, man.
Nimhard.
Ryan Nembhard, I
I,
love
and
it.
I ain't gonna lie, I like Nimhard so much. I really feel like he'll put up a better effort in the league, but it's just that size. That
Wait,
size is it,
I
it
ain't-
won't it
he
won't
looked small in college.
man, it won't let him do it. So, Nimhard, Timmy, Dickerson, who else? It's somebody else. That's like my I got a
Edie.
core four. Edie fucking it's somebody, it's one more. Uh I can't think of him right now. Who?
She boy.
Yeah, you could throw Sheboy up there. But it's somebody else. I think it's a guard. A couple. It's man. It's so many of them. Whoever a 5-star senior or 5-year senior, all the 5-year seniors are college good, and they
Yeah,
should deserve to be in that college good conversation. Because what are you a 5th-year senior for if you think you can make it in the NBA? Why you
yeah,
still playing?
yeah.
So anybody who a 5th-year senior that I've been seeing,
Trace.
Clark, man, Campbell, all them dudes, man,
Oh, okay,
they
okay.
go on their yeah, they go on their list because but them dudes know they not gonna be able to do anything. So they just sitting there getting that they inhale money. they just getting that money and playing and staying in school. Them niggas picking up different classes and stuff just so they can stay. They thinking of they getting better degrees and shit just so
Mm,
they can keep playing. So that's my list.
okay. So we'll wrap it up right here. We've been shooting for an hour, 5 minutes. That shit was smooth. But any last words? Anything else you want to say?
Uh, we're gonna check out some of these next college games and we'll kind of give our recap next time.
Yeah. We
Oh
definitely
yes,
gonna
sir.
do a Texas Creighton review. Next
Oh man, I can't believe, man, this is really finna go down. I
week. Come
can't
on right
believe.
in a minute. But
Yeah.
that's it for Class of Their Own College Edition 2022. Do you know about Fuddy Delight? Like, comment, subscribe. Catch us on the next episode.
Yeah.